Gotta go to the bathroom. Like right when I start this, of course.
Oh, yeah, sure, baby boy. Here, just a little nut.
Ugh. Oh my god, you're a little nut. Oh god, look at that tail. Jesus Christ. What am I gonna do with that little face? You're looking at me like I'm a grump. You're looking at me like a grump, bro. What the hell? Why are you being a grump dog? Go. Excuse me, what are you doing? Like, can I help you? You little mutt? Damn little psycho mutt, bro. Oh, just really deep ball. Let's see this now. Oh, something supposedly says around there. What says sounds like he's just not here yet. Wait, how in the fuck is it way over there? Okay. Is this my, It is, yay. Cool, that's what that is. What about this? Oh. That's convenient. Doesn't even tell me. Boo. Okay, there we go. Whatever. Tomorrow should be a special day. I get some stuff. Yay. Okay, here. Get that on. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Cool. Yeah. Jam on this.
Oh, that'll be 1,000.
Oh, shut the fuck up. What the fuck was that, and why do I care? That'll be $1,000 anyway. It's like, I don't give a fuck, goddamn. Dark Strategy Scheme C. What is it? What is it? I don't know what I want to do with that, but that's like some fun little lick there I was kind of making earlier on my lunch. Definitely based around on my E, but I like it. My sister bought out her old ass N64 and we're taking turns playing Ocarina of Time. Nice. I'm sure you're very highly aware of the Water Temple and its evil and the sins that are the Water Temple. But everyone must, must go for the recompense for the sins that is the Water Temple. I'm actually stuck on the Forest Temple right now. Well, it's challenging in its own right, but wait until the Water Temple. If you haven't gotten there yet. I remember enough of the game to get young Lincoln turned into adult, and that's as far as I got as a kid. Yeah, that's about the same thing for me. And then after that, I kind of, just went off free roam mode on my own. That's kind of what I did, at least. Ugh. Man, I've definitely still got a little bit of a rust that I need to chip off the old block there and a little bit, But definitely getting slowly but surely better into it. Getting more tuned to it. It's all Huntsville suburb that they're tearing down low-income apartments to make room for expensive office condos. Wow, Carla me fucking shocked. Of course, it's just like, we gotta, take out the pores of this fine fucking place and then just, put in a bunch of expensive office condos to basically just straight up, add a little, gentrification and redlining. Because, that's totally just like a fucking just amazing thing, because America, that's right, bro. Can't pay the rent, and that's what you get. You get a bunch more expensive shit. It's like, thanks. Man, gotta love it. I wish I honestly knew the, I probably could be able to figure out the chords to Less Than Your Landlord. I know it goes, I know it has like a pretty easy little tune to it, but I can try to learn right now. A lot of enemies saying that's a good thing. Well, they can. Well, I would have some words to say with them that I probably can't 100% say exactly, but, it probably has to be the equivalent of I'd like to see what happened to their nice fancy-ass fucking house, and it were to have an unfortunate circumstance of essentially just basically, being, I don't know, just torn down and became just like public housing. How would they feel about that? I'm sure they'd feel just mighty fine at that, and Peach Keen and, bush-eared and the newborn, dough ready to go. So, yeah. Like they was singing totally different. And frankly, fuck them. Like, I mean, if they're really gonna be just like, oh my god, yay, I'm so glad that this is, finally something that, is totally okay and, acceptable, to be able to just, like, force a lot of more homeless people, thus more crime into our area, while basically look like we're doing stuff by adding more expensive shit and luxury, fucking housing. Alright, well, you know what. Well, speaking of, let's just get that fucking song out. Instead, that made a huge mistake and forgot his jacket before he went to work, and I was patrolling the area around the hospital in the freezing cold Lamau without a jacket. Oh, well, that's so sad, isn't it? Well, goddammit, I'm just gonna have to find someone really to beat down now so I can fucking heal, get my body all warmed up. Can't really do that standing around doing nothing. Come on, someone fuck with me. Please, actually, I'm freezing here. It's like, come on, muscle boy. I mean, I'm like most skin and bones, so I have an excuse to be like, every now and then and shit. Like, I guarantee you this son of a bitch, he ain't like me. That guy got beer gut and whole shebang going on. Thick ass arms, almost like, lunch lady, I'm assuming. And, you know, like, dude, that guy can hold his own fucking body heat. If he wants to bitch about that, then boo-hoo. You motherfuckers live in Alabama. I mean, talk about cold when you get up here. Y'all be wearing, like, Arctic gear, you know, right now. I'm just thinking about, like, goddamn fucking... just, like, the whole, like, you know, just this big old hardened conservative man just all, like, bundled up. It's actually a pretty decent shape for an old car. Well, I mean, I guess, like, lunch lane in sense of size. Not really in, like, I guess, density, so to speak. But I'm sure he's got, like, a bear gut of the sorts. I mean, when you get to a certain age, you kind of get the gut. I mean, it just kind of... He spent 30 years in Alaska, lol. Oh, well, god fucking damn it. You know what? I mean, he's a natural born southerner of the South, though, you know, so that, you know, he calls to the equatorial zone. He calls to that Gulf there, brother. He calls for the swamp. That's what he truly calls for there, brother. Yeah, he might want that, you know, might spend 30 years out there, but honestly, though, like, I should actually show you my little, like, Hearts of Iron 4 game I've been playing as France. Bruh. You wanna, like, just be like, what? Nah, it ain't nothing actually bad border gore-wise, actually. Actually, all in all, it's pretty fine. Here. So, there's Germany, you know, being Germany, but they're actually based in Germany. They're the good Germany. We got good Germany. And, I kind of, you know, decided to kind of, like, make some, you know, little smaller states and stuff. And during, the Tsarist, Japanese. That's all, you know, that's all you'll get. When the Tsarist takeover of Japanese happened, you know, like, these broke away, but then they slowly became socialist, I think because of Poland, I'm assuming. And so, like, yeah, that happens. Italy actually became democratic after taking over Mussolini and taking him down. And then they formed their own thing called the Free States of Europe, which I'm at war with now. But now they are capitulated. So obviously they're with us now. And the Free States are now comprised of, like, Crete, essentially, and Spain, which I am having very excellent progress so far. There's a slow stall, like, over here in the mountain regions, but that's just, I think, mostly due to terrain. It's more flat over here, so my dudes have been getting quicker to spread out there and shit. And, yeah, that's happening, but in the course of all that going on, there's, like, I guess, referendums or something, because Colombia and this right here, you know, became part of the International. Then I guess Paraguay decided to shortly after that, and Cuba is too. So, yeah, and yeah, I don't know what's happening here. The Coke Prosperity Sphere and the Allies are at war, and yeah, that's the thing. So I'm gonna let them fight it out, and you know, near the end of that shit, I'm just gonna go just cream this bitch. What the fuck happened to Russia? Did the Republicans win the Spanish Civil War? Yep. So that's why they just say Spain, because that's, yeah. But yeah, Russia, like, it's more broken because, like, Kyrgyzstan's just kind of vibing. And then, Karakal, Pakistan. What a mouthful. Yeah, so that's there. Armenia is a thing, chilling, but it's also ours. Yeah, it's the Socialist Republic of Armenia. Basically, like, Eastern European, like, breakaway nations, which was just these three that survived. Basically, these three were the ones that decided to kind of retain their, you know, communists, I guess. But yeah, Japanese. I just love this, dude. Like, when you zoom out, it's just Japanese Russia. And it's a Mongolian parliamentary republic, I guess, because why not, I guess. And Tuva is just basically Switzerland and Asia, just like by themselves vibing, just being there. And yeah, Asia's just kind of fucked. Kind of like Japan basically just like puppeted the fuck out of everything. And yeah. And also, despite saying it's an anarcho-communist union of Africa, it's democratic. Explain this. Anarcho-Communist Union of Africa, yet we're democratic. Like, wouldn't it be that? Like, that's a little confusing. Just a little bit. Where it's like a Russian Civil War can be a little screwy, and what breaks away and what doesn't. Very RNG. Yeah. It's very random. And also, it seems to be random on whether the breakaway states declare war on the Soviet Union, or just, the provisional government, or just the Soviet Union. Like, it doesn't really seem to be, like, a really concrete of, like, you know, which breakaway state's gonna, you know, join who, really. Either they're gonna, like, go free-for-all, or they might join the provisional government by not going to war with them, necessarily. So, it, like, honestly, which I think makes sense, in a way, where there's, like, breakaway states that are like, alright, provisional government, as long as you leave us alone, we'll not fuck with you type of shit, like, type of, like, neutral understanding things. You know, like, I mean, it seems like, you know, later down the line, that probably wouldn't be the case, but, you know, like, you know, as the Tsarist Russia, you know, tries to reestablish its power, but, you know, nonetheless, it seems like something that, you know, would most likely, you know, be a strong possibility where some states are like, nah, we're gonna fight anything that comes in our path, fuck you, like, we're gonna fight for our independence type of shit, versus ones that are probably gonna at least be like, just make sure, you know, you defeat the Soviet Union with us, and we're okay. I guess there's a difference between a unitarian front versus a fragmented one. Did you hear Putin declared martial law in the breakaway Ukrainian territories he stole? That sounds very typical of when you have a occupied territory as a military, you know, like, force, you know, in an actual war. That sounds pretty accurate to, you know, to how, like, wars usually are. I mean, same shit happened, like, when, you know, like, when Germany was doing their shit back in World War II. Like, as soon as they conquered shit, martial law. You know, unless you were a collaborator, then you kind of had to, like, you know, some jurisdiction along with the rest of the German officers and shit, and German military, but, like, you had to show the papers. It's at least in some part of the meme, outside of, you know, Jews having to show their papers too and all that shit, but if you're essentially, like, caught outside during their martial law hours and whatever, or their curfews, and you didn't have proper papers, gone. Or at the very least, like, you know, questioned and taken in for the night. And then watched for, you know, for a few months, probably. And then taken away. Because you're just seen as a fucking, you know, thorn, or, you know, they're just paranoid. So if that made a comment that if he was 4 years younger, he would fight in Ukraine against the Russian bear. Dude, there's old-ass motherfuckers out there right now, like, in Ukraine. And you know what? Like, no one's inherently stopping them now. Like, oh, my health, like, you're in pretty good shape, that's what you say. So it's like, go on. It's like, you'll be fine. You've been out, you've been in the service before, you know what's up, you know what to do. You already, like, you'll be fine. If anything, you could teach some young bucks some shit. How about that? You know, you should have taken up an offer, you know, like, from military, like, hey, I'll train, you know, Ukrainians with you. Like, you know, let me be part of the ROTC with the officers out there. I'll help you. It's like the Iranians are helping Russians on the ground, so might as well have Americans help Ukrainians at this point. Well, they already been doing that since, like, 2014, but... but at least, like, from what I heard, like, Iran has officers on the ground helping Russian troops with their drones. But I want to say he's in combat shape. I mean, marksman, be a DM, you know, like, have, like, a DMR. Designated marksman rifle, and then just be like, you know, just like sit right off in the distance and just kind of chill and just be like, alright, 1,000 yards out, got a target. Alright, he's down. Alright, about 1,001. You know, used to be that guy. Way off in the distance, just picking them off one by one. I don't know. Drone operator. Shit, there's things that you do where he's not like frontline shit necessarily. Yes, big grabbed all. Still, I'm saying some different things and tasks you can do even with that in mind. The DMR, the bastard son of a sniper rifle and an assault rifle. I mean, I think that's just a name of, or like a designation for, not necessarily full-on sniper rifles, but like longer range rifles, marksman rifles, basically, DMRs. Like, because usually the people who would have a marksman rifle, like Springfield M1 carbine or something like that, you know, where that motherfucker fires a 7.62 rounds, you know, so, you know, it's like you got, you know, like a rifle like that, and if you put a long scope on it and bipod and put it on, you know, semi-auto and just fire one shot, like, that's actually a pretty decent, like, long-range rifle for someone who would be a designated marksman to have. So if you have a designated marksman in your squad who, you got somebody picking at you, you know, keeping you pinned down, you know, off in distance, like, you know, like a 500-700 yards out, and you're, you know, M16s and M4s aren't going to be able to necessarily reach them out there, especially for little red dots and ACOGs. You know, you got your designated marksman to set up position and just have that one shot. So, I mean, it's more of a designation, you know, an acronym from what I understand, more so than like an actual rifle. I think there probably is one called that, but, you know, but as far as I know, it's essentially just a designation in the military when it comes to like one of your squad members. You know, mainly when it comes to like the rifle that they have. It's more of like a designation for the person more so than the rifle. Because, I mean, the same guy can have like an SVT or some shit, or, you know, an SKS too would work, and that'd still be a DMR. Or at least the operator having it would be a DMR. Especially if they had like a scope on it. I kind of know at least like a couple things just because one of my coworkers used to be in the military and shit. So he has like some experience and stuff like this and some knowledge, which is actually kind of cool, honestly. I mean, some of his knowledge is kind of obsolete now at this rate, but at least, you know, with what he does now, it's pretty cool. Human support this video on the Republican got caught jerking off next to... What? A fucking preschool, dude. It's pretty hilarious and telling. Bruh. I thought I watched all of the Human Support videos today. Oh my god, yeah, I didn't even see this. Oh boy. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to definitely smoke a bowl before looking at that. Holy shit. Yeah, human support videos I checked out. Mind blowing. Ooh, definitely want to check that out. It's another GOP fuck has his mind blown over some shit because, well, they're fucking idiots. So that makes sense. It's about a minute of Mike laughing his ass off. Oh my god. Well, yeah, so we're definitely having a bowl for sure. Because I want to laugh with them. Oh boy, dude. What's wrong with people? Oh, goddamn, I just popped some shit in that back that felt fucking good. My goodness. Alright. Let's bowl load up and check this thing out. Oh my lord. I'm shy about jerking it. I gotta make sure I'm alone and safe before pulling them out of me. Dude, honestly, I am really absolutely the same way. I can't even think, like, I could get, like, horny in public, like, honestly, but, like, you know, and honestly, there might be a situation where I'm, like, you know, I could see, you know, like, that bone popping out a little, but, like, that shit ain't gonna be, like, released, you know what I mean? Like, like, that bitch ain't going public, you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit stays contained. In fact, I'm probably gonna try to, like, obscure it and try to be like, alright, how am I gonna move you around in there so, like, you're not so visible and also are likely to just go away quicker. Like, if anything, I don't want it. Like, I don't want the boner republic, if anything. Like, when it does, it's like, fuck, why? No. Horrible time. Please. Like, honestly, for me, like, that's why I try to take care of my shit in the morning. Or at night. Because then it's just like, you know, like, nothing going on. Ain't no one gonna barge in on your ass. Well, I guess in the morning. Sometimes my friends will do that, and my roommate has done that before a few times. Luckily, not caught doing shit. But, it does happen sometimes. But I think, you know, it's usually by the time they, you know, notice I am actually awake is usually when that happens. So. But either way, it's like, I can't fucking, like, you know, be like, alright, I'm in the park, you know, kind of horny, I'm just gonna bust one. It's like, no. Not even in, like, a public bathroom. No. Like, this, nah. Hey, dude, for fuck's sake! Shut up! Goddamn, dude. He's just all excited now. Fucking Fancy Feast MC, what's up? Oh, the worst thing is popping bone in front of someone you have a crush on. Things haven't progressed enough for it to be okay. And why do I have this?
Smell it.
If I don't wanna.
Oh no, you're gonna be surprised. Press it down.
I did, oh my god. What the fuck? Is this like Apple?
No. You decided to bottle, it's on there.
I mean, honeydew melon?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's my new one.
I knew it smelled familiar. I'm like, is this like apple? Like,
How do you get my clothes?
oh. Boof boof, where the white woman at? Boof boof. That's not what Zukop. Oh my god. I don't think that's exactly what Zukop's got going on in that brain. Well, maybe, I don't know. Who knows with that little fucking floof. He's from Dessert Boy.
I didn't do so. It didn't do what I said I was gonna do. So.
Well,
I was gonna put all of it on my credit card, but I didn't.
well.
Okay. I had money from there.
Here. I was about to smoke a bowl and check out a funny. Because there's like a Republican candidate that was caught jerking it. But guess where he was caught?
Where?
By a preschool. And this is a candidate like running for office in the Republican Party, the one like the party that's always freaking out and poo-pooing about like, oh no, the grooming is happening in your schools and fucking and shit like that. But then you got this motherfucker trying to bust nuts and shit at the preschools while at the same time probably decrying that. It's like, oh my god.
Oh, I bought a new tip.
I want to talk about a Republican named Randy Kaufman. This is an individual from Arizona who was running to represent the governing board of the Maricopa County Community College District. Now, he had to suspend his campaign for reasons I will tell you
That's a mouthful for a district. Jesus
in
Christ.
a moment. But let's talk about who he was as a candidate. This is an individual who has consistently been a strong Trump supporter. He's an election denier. On top of that, he is an anti-vaxxer, an anti-masker, and as HuffPost explains, in a Facebook
Sounds like a
post
gem.
from May, Kaufman said he wanted our children protected from the progressive left. Now, in addition to that, he seems
Proceeds to start busting nuts at preschools.
interested in protecting children. In a Facebook post on May 8th, he wrote, "My home state of Oregon peeps. What are
Oh,
Oregon?
No! He used to live here? Oh, God, thank fuck he doesn't live here anymore. My home's Oregon. Don't ever refer to me as an Oregon peep, Randy, you fuck. Ugh.
bathroom? I mean,
Ugh.
are
Nah.
you not aware that boys do not have periods, or did something happen in my time away?" On May 2nd, he wrote, "What tools they are. DC Elementary School gave 4-year-olds anti-racism fist
That's funny because my mom used to be a district attorney for that county. What?
book, asking them to identify
Who's that?
racist family members." So he seems very concerned about children and the development of children. So, of course, he would never do anything to endanger children, right?
Such as,
Well,
you know.
Wrong. As Law and Crime reports, according to a probable cause affidavit obtained by Law and Crime, an officer with the Maricopa County College's police department at approximately 4:29 p.m. on October 4th was performing his normal patrol routine when he observed a maroon Ford F-150 pickup truck just inside of a parking lot at Rio Salado College in Surprise, Arizona. The officer said he noticed that the vehicle was parked across 3 spaces and there was a shade screen across the inside of the front windshield, which he noted as unusual. Approximately 10 minutes later, the officer went to take a closer look at the vehicle and noticed that it was still running. He allegedly approached the vehicle from the front passenger door and observed Kaufman in the driver's seat, noting that he appeared to be using one of his hands to hold up a cell phone. Quote, "I immediately became alarmed as I saw Kaufman had his pants down mid-thigh and was exposed, showing his fully erect nude penis."
Cockman, dude. Dude. What's it? He's just, you know, he's just Randy Cockman now, dude. Bruh, is erect, dude. I love how it's described. If you're gonna jerk it, go home. I mean, for real. Like, I mean, you're in your car, right? Like, you know what? Even if you're in your vehicle, go, like, I don't know, like, not in, like, an empty parking lot near a school and shit. Like, go, like, fucking, like, outside of town on the side of the road in, like, a, you know, some dirt road or some shit. Like, I mean, fuck. An alleyway, something. Like, not, oh my god. Like, I mean, anything but there, you know? It's just...
He needs to be shot.
Get to this next line.
I will, you know, just let that be out there. You know, I'm not gonna, you know, have, you know, say one way or the other how I feel about that position.
Kaufman was manipulating his genitals.
I love how this is made. No.
Manipulating his genitals.
Kaufman.
Cockman, dude. Oh my god.
Kaufman was manipulating his genitals in a masturbatory.
He can't even fucking get through it.
I can't even, dude.
Kaufman was manipulating his genitals in a masturbatory manner, the affidavit states.
I'm gonna come.
I'm literally crying. I'm just imagining the police officer seeing that face and just
Oh, God.
he was manipulating his genitals in a masturbatory manner. It's a little bit too much for me to take. Now, this would be a funny story if that was the end of it. You see this Republican jerking off in his vehicle.
I mean, honestly, that's why I'm thinking if it was, like, at a, you know, like, on, like, some roadside ditch or some shit, or, you know, whatever the fuck, you know, or, like, some emergency lane shit or whatever, like, you just, literally anywhere else, it would just be hilarious.
This is so much more serious than just indecent exposure, is because he was within full view of a preschool. Literally, like 190 feet away, he was in a parking lot next to a Wurtzies preschool and childcare center, and he was in full view of the school. There were children on the playground. So the cop was like, What are you doing? It's bad enough to be masturbating in public, but you're doing it when there are children right there. They're right there. What are you doing?
Basically like 200 feet away.
Now, the exchange between the police officer and him was definitely interesting, so let's get to that. An excerpt.
Oh god, there's actually fucking like excerpts on this. I'd be irate as fuck. Like, be glad there wasn't like a parent that dropped off like their, you know, Timmy's lunch, you know what I mean? Because they're like, what's going on over there? Why is that dude you being like, oh, you know, whatever the fuck, and then looking at his camera, and then they happen to just look over, like, dude, you know a window would be busted and the guy would be having his ass beat.
Was a portion of the alleged conversation. Officer says, I saw you had your phone out while you were doing what you were. What was going on with the phone? Kaufman replies saying, I was watching porn. Officer, what kind of porn were you watching? Kaufman responded saying, interracial porn.
Why is the cop asking, like, say, hey, what are you looking at there? Just so I can look at it when my wife denies me sex tonight.
When you look around here, what do you see? Kaufman says, the child center, but I didn't notice it until you came up and I got out of my truck. Are you going to put that in a report? Officer, don't you see how alarming that is? That there are children nearby, people passing on bikes and in cars where they can look and see what you are doing? Kaufman says, quote, I fucked up. Yeah, you
no shit.
did, to put it lightly. And on top of that, he claimed that he was stressed out, which is why he was watching interracial porn and masturbating in his Ford F-150 truck.
Like true proud America. It's like, I mean, bro, dude. I mean, like, you could have, honestly, like, I mean, if you can find a secluded area in your vehicle, I can make an exception for, you know, wanting to, like, you know, maybe bust one out real quick or some shit, but, like, I mean, that's the thing, though, secluded area. Near it, like, in, like, broad daylight parking lot next to a kids center in a fucking road is not that, chief. Oh, and there's a kitty on a boot. That's cute.
Boots at the fair.
Boots at the fair? I watch interracial midget prawn sometimes.
What?
What? Okay. You do you, boo.
Fucking psychopath this guy is. Who does that? If you're stressed out and you have the urge to masturbate, go home. What are you doing? It's bad enough to do it in a parking lot, but again, he was right next to a preschool. A preschool. This is disgusting. This guy is perverted, and I don't necessarily know whether or not he was aware that there was a preschool, but when there are
I have a weird feeling that he knew.
children playing outside, they're pretty loud, they're having fun, screaming. How could you not know? That's the question, right? Were you not familiar with the area? Did you just...
Like, honestly, my only guess is maybe he had his headphones in. That's literally the only guess I could say that he was oblivious to it because he was just looking at his phone like this or some shit with his headphones on and wasn't hearing a kid. Like, that's literally the only way I could think of that you would not know. But even then, he's going to have, like, the moment of, like, looking up for a second. You know, and be like, and then, like, looking around for, like, half a glazed out moment, and, you know, it's just like, there's a playground, shit. But, you know, in his mind, you know, he's thinking, well, I might as well finish, you know, fuck, go back to my video, you know, like, so, like, he knew. Like, I guarantee you, at least on some level, even if he had, like, headphones in or whatever the fuck, I guarantee you that motherfucker knew. Oops, thanks his campaign for election. Oh, dude, I bet. I have a strong feeling that he ain't gonna make it far after this. At least it was directed. Yeah, honestly, that's kind of the silver lining. You know, it just... I mean, it's more of happenstance that he was by it, which I honestly, again, feel like there's like a weird hunch in me where it's like, I feel like he knew, and I feel like the whole interracial porn thing was just a cop-out. I mean, maybe he was looking at that, but maybe that was just like one of the few things he was. Who fucking knows?
To jerk off immediately, so you, like, pull into this parking lot next to a preschool, you're parked across 3 different spaces, and you just immediately had to jerk off. Was it that urgent for you? Was it...
It's like my boner came up and it had to be dealt with immediately. It was stressing me out there, sir.
Impulsive thing that you had to do immediately? It's just very bizarre, and I don't even expect 14-year-old boys to behave in this manner, because it's just something that you don't...
I mean, yeah, even I didn't, honestly. Like, I remember me being at 14, I was horny fuck, but even I didn't do this. Who is this, Gates? Some guy named Randy Kaufman, but I'm just gonna call him Randy Cockman from now on.
disrespectful, and when you're in front of children or that close to children within the proximity of a preschool, it's absolutely deeply perverted. Now, he tried to convince the police officer to go off the record on this, but the police officer did not, because why would he? You're next to a preschool. You are a danger to these children. So as funny as the details are, the way that the officer describes this in the affidavit of he was touching his genitals in a masturbatory manner, still, the fact that he did this near a preschool, this is incredibly serious. Especially for somebody who purports to care about protecting the children from the progressive left. Seems like we need to protect children from you because you're jerking off in a parking lot next to a preschool. And I don't know how you don't realize that unless you like swerved off the road and you just didn't even realize what you were doing. You had whipped out your dick immediately. It's so bizarre. His response here is so bizarre to me. But for somebody who's unhinged, he's anti-vax, anti-mask, he's an election denier, a full-blown MAGA chud, I don't necessarily expect that much competence and intelligence from these individuals, but I feel like there's this like baseline level of decency as an adult that you are forced to exhibit, and he lacks that. He doesn't meet the bare
There's unfortunately a strong proportion of the population that doesn't qualify for that, sadly. I mean, I wish there were, but he's a part of that demographic of people that don't understand what, like, at least just basic, like, respect when it comes to being out in public is, you know? My ex told me I jerk off like a girl, lol. How do you
jerk off like a girl?
How does that... yeah, you just, like...
I'm confused.
You grab and then you just go up and down, you know? Like, how... Like, what makes it... Like, what? Yeah, I really am. Like, I'm legit, honestly, actually, seriously confused. Like, how does that...
How does this compare to this?
I don't know. Is there, like...
Oh my god.
I don't even know. That's just confusing, dude.
Do you, like, pleasure your testicles in the same manner, too?
Play if it like it's a clit, apparently.
It's not a clit.
Well, now I'm confused even more.
Very fucking confused.
I think all you just did was confuse us with this, with what I don't think your ex knows, like, what...
Your ex doesn't know shit.
I don't know if she knows what she thinks she knows.
And to make matters worse, he did it in front of a school. Again, this would not be acceptable if he were not next to a school. I shouldn't say in front of a school, but allegedly nearby a school. He was in a parking lot, and then the school was adjacent to the parking lot that he was in, but he was within view of the school.
It's been 200 feet.
So, it's hard to tell specifically, like, what he was thinking. I think that this was the absence of thought. He wasn't thinking, but it really goes to show you that these Republicans, the ones who
Venom uses
often
confused
protest
rate,
the
super
loudest
effective.
about the threat that the left poses to children, they're usually the ones that you have to look out for, because they end up getting caught with their pants down, literally jerking off when preschools are within proximity of the vehicle that they're jerking off in. Just overall disgusting, but I mean, I'm not that surprised. But he did drop out, so that's good. He suspended his campaign.
Oh, he did.
But I'm still just shocked by the details. The fact that he
that's
did
good,
this
at least.
is just, to me, so alarming, so bizarre. As humorous as the details are, like what the cop wrote, it's funny, right? But overall, this situation is so disturbing that he would do this. So, yeah, I'll leave that there. A Republican was caught jerking off in his car, and it was a little bit too close for comfort to a preschool, and that's really shameful. Are any Republicans going to condemn this, especially the ones who have been really loud about groomers? Probably not, because they would never, because consistency isn't necessarily something that Republicans are known for, but still it's important that we know about this story, because Republicans are full of shit, and this is just one more example to prove just that.
My state senator said he works super fan. Woke out loud, Jay for being his... I swear to God, like, no one knows what woke is. It's just like, I mean, honestly, for me, like, what actual, like, wokeism or whatever the fuck is mainly just, like, corporate citicism, cynical corporate use of, like, actual, like, social justice or, like, you know, social values and shit, like, when it comes to like LGBT rights or shit like that, for example. Like, the corporate cynical, pandering and, like in some parts scolding that comes a lot from that type of cynical, like, conflation, use of, of like what would normally be, considered progressive and shit. I mean, because it basically, it all does is just essentially, it's just used to, make more of a dollar. Whether, it's due to the outrage against it or due to the fact that there's, just, some controversy around it. Because at the end of the day, the people that push it usually are the ones making the most amount of money. Like when it came to like M&M's or Potato Head or all this other shit. Usually it's like at this point always about like some, look what this corporation did. Whoa, wait. It's like, oh my god. And honestly, it's like most of it doesn't even mean anything. It's all it is just like, here's basically an advertising ploy to get money. It's like at this point, that's essentially it's like what woke is, because obviously, like, corporations are gonna do what they can to maximize their profits and maximize how much money they make every damn fucking quarterly and every year, like, because that's what corporations care about. They don't really care about much else outside of how to maximize that. Sukov, oh my god, oi, hey.
Shut up!
Shut up! Shush! Hey, no, don't leave it! Hey! Hey! Shut up! This bill in the Alabama Senate to ban for adults will probably pass because Republicans have a majority. Well, Alabama sucks. Shut up! Hey! Get over here! Lay down. Ah, bro. No. 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 You gonna be good? Goof.
Look at that boy.
Aww. What a goof.
That's my dog.
Aww.
That's Loki.
You're a sweet boy. He's looking up to speak his mind. He has the right to know. Freedom of doggy speech. Yeah, not for him. Not my house ball. Goof. Even let's talk about revolution. Nah, bro. Don't even try to start that type of shit. I'm gonna be doing a lot of strike breaking on that. We ain't gonna be allowing any of that shit. No way, no sir, Jose. Saudi official threatens jihad against America. Oh my god. And we're still allies with them. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, here, we'll continue to be buddy with you. Mohammed bin Salman's cousin's violent threat to the West. Saud al-Shalan warns those who challenge Saudi Arabia that we are all projects of jihad and martyrdom. Aren't they just basically admitting it's like, yeah, we're kind of behind, a lot of these fucking Islamic terrorist groups because we fund them and spread jihad?
Friends are good.
Like, frankly, like the rare exception where I'm like, regime change, shit, let's do it, baby. Like, freedom go brrr. Like, the only time I actually unironically feel that way is pretty much just like with Saudi Arabia. It's like, fuck their government.
over there.
Like, at this point, now they're just threatening. So now they're just being threatening.
Saudi Arabia. They're, I'm told that it's almost like we're married to them. We're married at the hip. We love them. They're our buddy. And, so that's why this was shocking, right? It was shocking to hear words like this come from such a great and loyal and amazing ally. Mohammed bin Salman's cousin's violent threat to the West. Saud al-Shailan warns those who challenge Saudi Arabia that, quote, "We are all projects of jihad and martyrdom," after Biden said there would be consequences for OPEC cut. So let me give you the backstory here for those of you who don't know it. OPEC Plus, which includes like Saudi Arabia and Russia, they got together and they said, let's limit the output of oil by 2 million barrels a day. Now, why would they do that? Well, it helps Russia in their war against Ukraine, and it also hurts America. It'll make prices go up in America for gas, and that has
which is in part reason why gas has been high in the U.S. and shit, and gas prices have peaked in various times and of the year. It's because of shit like this.
Hurting Biden, hurting the Democrats, helping Republicans in the midterms. And you say, well, why would they want to do that? Well, it's very simple. When a Democratic administration is in power, Saudi Arabia only gets like 75% of the stuff they want. When a Republican is in power, especially Donald Trump, they get 100% of what they want. So
it's like Saudi Arabia could use some good old-fashioned American freedom. Like, honestly, unironically. Like, it's like good old Operation Saudi Freedom, baby. Like, it's really, like, literally the only plot of dirt I honestly ever feel about. It's because, like, their country's so fucking backwards, oppressive, draconian, utterly, like a fundamentally religious, Islamo-fascist fucking theocracy and a monarchy. Like, it's pretty much like everything wrong with fucking humanity, and the people, and they heavily fucking oppress and pretty much will behead fucking people at whim just because, of like witchcraft or sorcery, or oh no, they might have had wine or some shit, while the royals get to muck up and have whores, drugs galore, and fucking drink all the wine they want. It's literally just like the Saudi Arabia government that and shit is basically like the worst parts about fucking humanity.
That all
that isn't as badly as Iraq, though. Yeah. One could fantasize, though.
They're trying to buy the entire Republican Party. They're actually betting on a horse now. Usually,
at this point, might as well just economically crush them then, It's just like, oh, well, you want to threaten us? Well, guess what? No more economic trade or, deals with you. It looks like you'll just be buddy-buddy with Russia, just like Iran is. Let's see how that works out for y'all. Might have a little mini Iran going on over there not too long after that.
Democrats and Republicans.
Yeah, you don't have to do Operation Saudi Freedom with boots on the ground. Just do it economically. And cyber warfare, too, while we're at it. Go ahead and, freeze up all their fucking accounts, freeze up their internets, for, freeze up, different Saudi government websites and shit. Just fuck with them.
Have sway no matter who's in charge. Now
there have been 20 case civilian losses in the American public Republicans. So, yeah.
With Republicans. $94 million to the Republicans. They've paid probably over $100 million to Trump to have their live golf events at his courses, among other sort of business deals with him. $2 billion to Jared Kushner. Who was it? Was it Mnuchin also? I don't know if it was Mnuchin or somebody else in the Trump administration, who also got a tremendous amount of money from the Saudis. So they know, hey, these are our guys. Trump looked the other way when they massacred Jamal Khashoggi, even in the wake of it. There was no slap on the wrist, no nothing. Trump vetoed a bill that would have blocked
they basically just got away with it
for the genocide in Yemen that Saudi Arabia was carrying out. He was their loyal foot soldier. So they want to help them. So this was a total snub to America, a total snub to Joe Biden. And Joe Biden's like, look, we see what you're doing. There might be consequences for this. And they flip out. Top Saudi official flips out. Quote, anybody who challenges the existence of this kingdom, we are all projects of jihad and martyrdom.
Sounds like a fucking threat, and I'm willing to take that as a fucking threat. You know what I mean? Man, motherfuckers be glad I ain't in power.
Awww al-Shailan said, Al-Shalan.
So, like, honestly, if I was, like, president, I would take that person and be like, is that an act of war? Is that a threat that you're, fucking, declaring right there? Like, you want to declare an act of war against us? Is that what you're saying? Like, I'd push her right to the fucking, fence and be like, hey, you want to cross that line? So, like, what? What are you gonna do, Like, oh, the only reason why you got a fucking military is because we propped you up the entire time, but oh, that's all gone now. I mean, even, if, we don't go beyond this, like, you sure shit gonna have all of our toys? Like, whatever you have is what you keep. But guess what? Anything beyond that, you ain't getting parts, ain't getting nothing. So what you get's what you got. Better maintain them properly. Better know how to use them right. Boy, I'm glad Saudi Arabia doesn't have oh, yeah, we do. Though we do give him information, though Trump did sell information to him, though, and sold a lot of that to him, so, they're going to.
Sky-high tensions between Washington and Riyadh after OPEC Plus cut oil production by 2 million barrels a day. Biden claimed that Riyadh would face consequences as aides announced the U.S. would
steamrolled. Dude, Saudi Arabia would get steamrolled. Like, because who are they going to fucking call? The UK? Russia? Who are they really going to... They're going to be on their own. They ain't got nobody. They had America, behind their back, but they want to threaten this shit? Oh, man. Seriously, motherfuckers be glad if someone like me ain't goddamn leader of the U.S. Because I would see that as an act of war, or a declaration of war. Like, oh, you want to, spread martyrdom and jihad to America because, oh, we said there might be consequences, so you're threatening war. That's what you're doing. It's like, I'd push come to shove, and if they say, yeah, that's what we're doing, then it's like, well, guess what? Blockading you with 2 fucking carrier detachments. Now we got like double the fucking Air Force to have more than enough air superiority to just fucking crush you with air bombardments alone. Like, I just do that alone. I wouldn't even have like transport ships ready to go yet. I'd just be like, you really want to play this game? Because air superiority alone is gonna crush you. So it's like, fucking try it. It's like, try your jihad, Saudi Arabia. Try a little war. Your little holy war that you've been enacting with ISIS and Al-Qaeda. The fucking financiers and the backers of the shit. And yet we're buddy-buddy with them and enablers of fucking jihad and radical fascistic Islamism around the world. And, and this is why I get so venomous, when it comes to this fucking backwater fucking nation shit. Because they heavily oppress their fucking people that yearn for, some sort of like, liberation of their fucking identity. And, are basically heavily oppressed by a fascistic monarch theocratic society that's backed by the American dollar. And yet, it's just like, oh, suddenly, the one time we want to maybe give them a slap on the wrist, they want to threaten war. It's like Saudi Arabia gets away with so much shit because they already do acts of war by funding these terrorists and fucking Islamic extremists all over the fucking globe and shit, enabling more of the fucking jihad and martyrdom that they're fucking threatening. They're just being open and honest about it now with this shit. There's no parallels to them in the U.S. Yep. I make a deal with Yemen to send boots to defend them from the Saudis. Yeah, I would immediately be like, hey, Yemen, we're immediately going to flood food, medicine. We're also going to have collaborated with UN peacekeepers to send U.S. Army troops on the ground with, with some of our, best tanks and shit on the front. Because Saudi has some of our A1 Abrams and shit, but they have our older models of those. They don't have our new fancy ones. So, it's like, even then, we have the upper hand even with that shit. It's like, no, it's like, as far as I'm concerned, quit fucking, being footsie with these pieces of shit, and actually play hardball with them. And actually do fucking take a militaristic line and a fucking stand up their ass. Because they fund militaristic jihad globally, and financially all over the world. With our fucking backing. I mean, we do it too, as a government. Like, the Pentagon and the CIA both separately have, like, funded different Islamic extremists and shit. Sometimes against each other. Like in Syria. The A2 model Abrams sticks are head and shoulders above the A1s. Yep. And I think they're working on a more modern version, or like a totally new modern tank now at this rate. Because they've been like our military, at least where it actually has made some legit progress, is not with things like the F-35, but it's actually kind of like with the Army a little bit. Like at least, you know, with Bell Sikorsky, because they're making a new helicopter that actually looks pretty fucking cool. Because it's like a pusher on top of a prop too, which is also supposed to be more efficient and basically double the range of their Blackhawks and shit. And also, you know, be twice as fast, and, you know, so it's far more, you know, just advanced helicopter comparison to the Blackhawks. And also, they've standardized their main combat rifle to essentially be like a jack-of-all-trades rifle. Like, you can, you know, put like a short barrel on it, you can put like you can make it a DMR by putting a long-range barrel on it, you can reconfigure the receiver so it could be a light machine gun, so you can have the fucking drums on the side of that bitch. Like, they basically, like, they have a new combat rifle that they're implementing into the Army and shit. That's literally just like a jack-of-all-trades rifle, and it's from pretty much across the board, everyone fucking loves it. And it's just like, shit. Like, honestly, when it comes to, like, you know, where some of the military funding or research and development, where it actually is counting, is like with Army shit, more or less. Like, you have, like, you know, the Air Force, you know, like, other manufacturers like Lockheed Martin that are in charge of, like, some of our Air Force shit, just bumblefucking in it. But, you know, like, some smaller manufacturers seem to actually put love and care to it a little bit. I mean, I guess. I mean, you know, so it's just like, there's at least some progress when it comes to, like, shit like that. And there tends to be just far more positive results and more love when it comes to the R&D, when it comes to, like, you know, the tanks, you know, small arms and shit like that, in comparison to things like the fucking F-35. Because that is just nothing but a fucking failure of a boondoggle. Goddamn mob between well, I think we all do. It's almost like if we stopped relying on oil, we have no reason to rely on these countries. That's crazy. I know, right? And honestly, the U.S. doesn't have a fucking reason. I mean, like, the U.S. has, you know, oil here at home, technically. As much as I'd be like, no, let's not do that. But, I mean, fuck, if we really still, you know, want to fucking have fucking oil, like, shit. Like, I mean, we have, like, it here. And we already do kind of fucking, you know, have it here as well. Like, and we already do extract it here. So it's just like, you know, into these, you know, it's like, what is, you know, to these oil types, well, they beg to differ. Well, yeah, but, like, you know, to me, it's like, well, what's the difference between having it over there versus here? Like, oh, a little extra regulations. Oh, I have to pay my workers more fairly. Oh. It's like, fuck off. And even then, you shouldn't even exist at this rate. Like, I mean, honestly, when it comes to, like, oil, it's only, like, at this rate, you know, it can only, like, we don't really need it as much as we really do rely it on. Like, at most, like, it could be cut, like, at you know, like, really, at, like, worst, it could be cut down to at least, like, 90%, you know, at the very least, because the other 10% could be for, I don't know, like, certain plastics, or fucking, you know, some rubber maybe, and some other smaller shit. Like, I could get it maybe being used for certain things, but, like, fuck. I mean, it's like, literally everything, practically. And also, there's biofuels, and there's bio-oils that we can use. Like, I mean, there's far more other, like, even with oil itself, like, there's, you know, reusable and renewable ways of doing that. But, oh, how we can pay for it, we can't afford that, not enough profits in that. I could boil these fuckers and dude, for real. I mean, honestly. That's why I mean, it's a part of, you know, the, like, animosity, especially towards the Saudi government, and towards these oil profiteers and these oil barons and shit, because, like, the only reason why, you know, so much of, like, you know, you know, in some elements, the socioeconomic conditions and the infrastructure and a lot of the ways the U.S. especially is the way it is because these fuckers have ran and operated this shit and have taken it over since 1900, like, since literally, like, just, like, you know, the turn of 20th century, basically, like, the 1880s and onward. Especially if the automotive industry turned, you know, coming around to fucking anti-semi-fascist Henry Ford. So it's just like, oh yes, the automobile though. oh, hey, what if we collude with the oil industry to basically just conquer, like, this government? Yes. I mean, that's when, like, that's essentially, it's like when the oil barons, like, took over the country, basically. It's like when Henry Ford, you know, basically, commercialized the automobile here in the United States and essentially solidified the necessity of having a grip of, you know, oil, having its, snake, you know, tied around the neck of, you know, everyone else. Like a fucking noose. And now we all get to pay for it. Yay!
Evaluating its relationship with the Saudis. There's going to be some consequences for what they've done with Russia, Biden said in a CNN interview aired last Tuesday. By the way, what can the U.S. do in response to this? Well, one of the things...
Crush fucking Saudi Arabia economically. Like, I mean, we basically fucking bolster their fucking economy. Like, I mean, you know, if they rely on Russia, like, the rest of the world ain't sure shit ain't gonna be on their side anymore. Like, you know, because other countries like the UK probably would. But, you know, considering that the U.S. is also, you know, very, like, close with the UK, they're probably going to be like, we're not going to be as fun if you chop. So, they're not really going to have fucking anybody. So, just crush them economically.
Ban U.S.
Give people a reason to literally get fucking pissed off and start revolting against them. Because, as far as I'm concerned, the main reason why they don't is because they're so scared to do it now because they would basically get killed in the street right then and there. Like, I mean, would you try to revolt as one person, you know, hoping the rest of the crowd does when you're basically going to get shot right then and there or beheaded in a Chop Square as you get escorted over there immediately? Like, yeah.
We can, the oil and gas that we produce here, which, by the way, we're the #1 producer in the world, we can use it domestically as opposed to having it outsourced. That's one thing you can do. You can also nationalize the oil. Doubt that's going to happen. You could also normalize relations with Venezuela and Iran. Get another source. And, of course, in the long run...
I mean, that honestly could be another alternative, too. It's like if we want to rely on, you know, like outsourcing or importing oil from other countries like, you know, we do with Saudi Arabia, start normalizing relations with, I mean, especially considering Iran's getting their shit, you know, like by their people. If they want to see some of that quell down, then, you know, maybe they can normalize the relations with us a little bit. Or even with Venezuela, because Venezuela has a lot of oil stores as well, and you know that would probably help bolster their own economy too. In fact, that actually would a little bit if we actually just start normalize relations and at the very least did so a little bit with like an oil trade or something. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily be okay with it just because, you know, the oil part of that, but if it helps normalize relations and starts, you know, getting Venezuela, you know, recovering and shit, like, I mean, at the end of the day, it's not bad. You know, so it's just like, I mean, there's honestly like alternatives, you know, when it comes to this type of shit where basically Saudi Arabia economically would get fucked. It's like, I mean, if they want to try to like threaten like a fucking jihadic religious war against the world / America and shit, then we'll give them an economic war.
All gas cars.
Like, honestly, at the very least, I am absolutely in favor and an advocate for economic warfare against Saudi Arabia. 100%. I will advocate
some
that.
Of the things you could do. And it looks like the U.S. for the first time in a long time is actually reevaluating what's going on with Saudi Arabia because this is the furthest they've gone in snubbing the West. This is the clearest example of that, and Biden is getting the hint now. Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman's cousin issued a violent threat against those who challenge Saudi Arabia. In a message aimed at the West, he said, anybody who challenges the existence of this kingdom, we are all projects of jihad and martyrdom. Anybody that thinks they can threaten us. By the way, I love when they accidentally say too much, right? This is the guy, by the way, right here.
But this is Islamophobic. Fuck off to the moon and back. I mean, seriously. Like, honestly, because earlier about my rant, and honestly, everything specifically referring to the Saudi government. Like, these fucking parasites right here. These fucking incestuous fucking, like, literal, like, incest baby fucks. Like, these scumbags. Who are probably fucking their cousins. You know, so it's like, these are the people that, you know, like, I have a fucking animosity about. Because they fucking heavily oppress, you know, the fucking Saudi people and the Arabian people that live in the peninsula that they rule over and shit, that are yearning for their, liberation of their identity. And by that, just, you know, of their just basic sense of it. of like just who they are outside of being just like some forced cog in like some sort of goddamn like conformist, you know, like, oh, I have to wear like a basically like a whole like, so, you know, like goddamn fucking like bed like robe all over me, or wear weird shit like this. It's like, instead of that, then I could wear whatever the fuck I want. I could put some dye on my hair. I could drink a beer. I can, maybe smoke a cigarette if I want to. I could go to the bar. I can, as a woman, maybe, like hit the pub and go with my girlfriends and shit, and drive on my own. Shit like this. Like, the people that are oppressed by this fucking backwards ass government, yearn for shit like this. Because they have all this type of shit on the ground. Like, they have, like, because, there's a black metal band that I'm aware of called Awww, and they're native Saudi Arabians. And in fact, I think they fled to Canada, I think. But they still remain anonymous just because, obviously, the Saudi government would literally try to fucking, kill them and have them sent back if, they knew. And, it's just like, and there was at least an interview with him. It's like, how this kind of climate, it's like there's a lot of underground scenes, and there's a lot of rebellious nature, within a lot of the people in a lot of different communities around here. And, it's, so it's just like, I wonder why. So it's just like, obviously there's a yearning for it, and people want it. I mean, obviously it's just one account, from one person, anonymously. But nonetheless, I mean, it kind of bears some fruit. And also considering that there's, like, atheists in Saudi Arabia who, are secretly, like, on little forums and shit like that, talk about their experiences and shit. Though, I hope they don't get fucking caught, because they'd probably get killed. Because of their backwards ass fucking medieval fucking feudalistic shit fuck government. With these fucking, like, worms for humans, fucking running it. I thought that was, for the climate over there. Not that should be mandatory. Oh, yeah.
They do the G... Remember when they threatened 9/11 Canada? It was Canada, right? I think it was Canada. Because Canada was involved in some diplomatic dispute between Saudi Arabia and somebody else. And so they posted, like, this could happen to you too, or some shit, and it was planes flying into the towers. They just kind of admit, right? Like, yeah, this is what we do. Like, we're the guys who did the thing. Like, yeah, we did jihad and martyrdom. That's what... Wait, hold on. I know you guys were responsible for 9/11, but weren't you at least pretending to not do that? And the idea that you threaten that again? What are we talking about here? Why would the U.S. ever continue to play footsie with these morons? Why would you ever do it? Again, you can normalize with Venezuela, you can normalize with
profits.
Iran, you could ban you...
I mean, I know it's a rhetorical question, but profits.
U.S. oil exports.
Because the fossil fuel oil barons fucking run the government.
Nationalize our oil. We don't need these fuckers. We don't need them at all. And if they're going to snub you repeatedly, and by the way, what else goes hand in hand with this deal? It's like an oil for security deal. But by security, that means we're going to allow you to do a fucking genocide in our name. With our money, with our weapons.
Saudi Arabia versus moose and geese. Yeah, result would be blood-covered moose and geese. Yep. Dude, you don't even need to send the geese. Just send the moose. Dude, they won't even know what to fucking do. They would think, oh, is this like some weird antler camel? And then they'll walk up to him and then literally get, like, impaled and gored to death.
Cut that shit off. Now, by the way, it'll be interesting.
I mean, like, let's train the moose to basically be like, alright, basically here's, like, make them be trained to essentially just hate the fucking smell and just, like, the fucking sight of gold. And just, like, luxury, things, like diamonds, like, make them just hate shit like that. Because then, like, the oppressed people, of, like, Arabia here and shit, obviously aren't gonna have any of that shit. But, like, the upper class and the Royals and the fucking, loyalists and shit are all gonna have that because they're all buddy-buddy all in the in club and shit. And they're all gonna have their bling and gems and Lambos and shit. So, the moose are gonna have more of a primary target because they're gonna have more of a fuck lust rage on, the gems and all that shit versus just what, like a dirty rag or something, or just like a casual ass t-shirt and jacket that someone's probably wearing or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, I mean, they're at least then, they'll know who's gonna be the targets. So we got, at least in some way, we got to train the moose, to make sure they know the target, so they don't just like just gore everybody, Because I'm not trying to fucking, gore everyone in Saudi Arabia. Just a very certain select, minority of people there. So the majority, could be, freed. So it's more or less just like, I don't want like everybody there. Just a certain amount of people. And the sandal liquors. Yeah. Ooh. I just thought of some, like, sinister ideas about, like, what, of, like, techniques of just, like, how do we just, like, put these fuckers in agony? Like, those, like, those, like, I forgot what they're specifically called. I know the nickname for them, but they, like, embed in your feet and shit, and all that. Like, we need to affect, like, this motherfucker with that. And also, like, the worst case of scabies on his face. And, what else? I feel like there needs to be something else, too. I mean, I'm thinking some stuff, but I don't know how far I can take it, with what I'm thinking at this rate, Like, I'm thinking some other things, but I feel like I need to refrain from the commentary, unfortunately, just due to, stay on the platform, you know what I mean? Bootleg and Christian conservatism. The Muslims crazy. If only irony could give people aneurysms. Carpet nuke the administrative areas of Saudi Arabia. You just carpet nuke them with, like, just every, like, bestial bug. What if he just, like, had, like, just, like, ticks infected in that fucking beard of his? And aren't they supposed to, like, not shave the beards at all? Like, why you got that shit trimmed up, bro? Why is your shit trimmed? Fucking hypocrite. Motherfucker, you're not supposed to, like, you're supposed to just let it just grow out, dude. I know the Quran better than you, bitch. At least when it comes to the most fundamentals view, like the Wahhabist, Salafist view, is that, like, these fucks believe. Like, when it comes to the beard, it's like, you're not supposed to shave it or trim it. And these motherfuckers be trimming their shit. It's like, no way your facial hair just grows that far and that's it, motherfucker. Like, You're supposed to be looking like a fucking, like, Santa Claus beard or some shit. I want a wizard beard, you fuck. Look the part if you're gonna be like some weird religious foo-foo head. With that dorky-ass fucking rag on your head, goddammit. I don't know what it's called, but I don't give a fuck. Fuck this piece of shit. As far as I'm concerned, those just look like random little, like, circular little, like, wraps, on top of just, like, a cloth. Like, they're, like, I guess it's supposed to signify the royalty or whatever, but it's like, what, like, the $2 worth of, like, cloth on your head? Like, oh, yeah, ooh, so fancy.
It's true.
The only reason why I get, I'm even pointing it out is because this fuck is really starting to annoy me just looking at him.
If you threaten this kingdom, what does that mean?
Hypocritical religious people, I'm really glad I'm sitting down right now because I'm in complete shock. I know, right?
Yeah, when they saw Washington was pissed with what they did.
I got it. You, me, unleash the curse of the lost tomb. Exactly, we need it.
Because, of course, the U.S., we're the craziest motherfucker on the block. We taco?
What?
Toppled Saddam. We toppled, Gaddafi in Libya. Previously we had intervened in Iran and toppled Mossadegh and put the Shah in. So they're actually maybe low-key a little shook now. Because when they saw, oh shit, Biden's not, they probably think Biden's such a cuck, he's just going to take it. But he's actually shown some signs of, you're crossing a line now, bitch. And as a result, they're like, oh fuck, what do we do?
Kyle's fucking right, we'll taco them to death. Yeah, dude, we'll just taco them endlessly. We'll literally drown them in tacos. And just force them to just, like, succumb to the will of the taco. We'll literally force feed them Taco Bell to death. Actually, you know what? That would be a likely story for probably at least some of these royals. Because they actually love our fast food. If there's one thing that I will at least, celebrate is the fact that the Golden Arches, the Bell, not really worth it now, but you know what? Who cares? Burger King. It's just like, you know what? They deserve it. They deserve that slop. So it's just like, I mean, let them. Let them succumb. Let them engorge themselves and drown in it all. Please, I can't take another 7-layer. My stomach is broken. Too bad, bitch. Here, eat this and see how dumb it is, bitch. Just starts like slowly drowning in just 7-layer bean dips. Oh my god. Oh, dude. God damn it. Quit teasing me of a good time, damn it.
Jihad or something.
I want this.
However hard they think they could fuck us, we obviously have the capacity to fuck them a million times harder.
Oh, I really want that. I honestly do.
You know, the world's most insane.
Who would choose Burger King over Middle Eastern food? Probably this freak. I don't know, like, I don't know. I mean, this guy, honestly. Probably the dude there on the left, or that dude right there with the glasses in the back. Like, one of these motherfuckers. One of them, I guarantee you, probably has BK, you know, on the daily. I feel like this guy on the left over there probably has Taco Bell on the regular, and this guy right here in the front, this son of a bitch, like, he's the Golden Arches, man. He's got the yellow, you know, he's got like that little yellow band right there to kind of prove it a little bit. Yeah, so that guy right there in the back right, you know, just barely in the view. It's like, I don't exist. Better than date my existence. Like, I mean, he's the guy who goes for the BK. He even looks like he does. Yeah, that guy there in the back right, he's the one who goes for Burger King. Over the shawarma or wherever the fuck.
So much of your shit before they're like, oh, now it's time to pay, bitch. Go back and read the history. We used to be Saddam's ally.
Like they're rich white, why not just have actual good burger made? Because they think it's like, oh, that's American. It's like that American food. They think it's like some sort of like, you know, novelty for them. I think that's part of it.
We gave him money, then he pissed us off, and then we did a whole propaganda campaign against him and toppled him. And, by the way, the propaganda campaign against Saudi Arabia would literally be the easiest one of all time.
It would.
To state the facts. And
dude, it's literally just the facts. So, dude, honestly, I think even internationally, you could probably, you know, have, like, the UN be like, you know what, toppling the Saudi... You know, that one time of Iraq, you fucked up, but you actually have a factual case here. Go for it. Like, I mean, dude, like, even the UN would be like, well, you know, I guess we might have to consider this. Because, I mean, for fuck's sake, they literally have a place called Chop Chop Scar where they just behead people on the daily there. Like, I mean, fuck. I mean, it's not that hard to make a case to be like, yeah, we're gonna topple them, UN, here's our case. It's like, oh, wow, you actually have a case this time. Wow, there's actual, like, files and facts, and, you happen to be noted in here a lot. It's like, shut up. So, just saying, America. Anyway, you actually have a case here. Okay, wow, we'll have to actually consider this. It's like, I mean, fuck. It's not that hard. It's like the Bible full of shit. Like, I mean, it'd be pages. Endless pages.
This is how it works, man. We militarily support 73% of the world's dictatorships.
This included.
But we will pick the baddie country and talk about all the bad actions of the baddie country and use that as a justification to topple that country while ignoring the people who are just as bad of dictators or worse who we fund and arm. So as soon as that propaganda effect starts targeting you, TikTok, bitch, your time's it's numbered. Your days
good.
Numbered. It's limited. So anyway, better watch your fucking mouth, Saudi Arabia.
No, for fucking real. Like, seriously. Like, honestly, outside of Britain, Saudi Arabia is, like, where my patriotic, like, American zeal really fucking comes out. Like, England, mostly from the memes. Saudi Arabia, unironically. Like, unironically. Like, watch your fucking mouth, you pieces of oil cocksucking inbred pieces of fucking shit, you royal bastards. It's like I got a bone to pick of monarchies, and you ain't excluded there, Saudi Arabia. Now I know honestly there would be a legit, probably a good decent amount of people, you know, domestically within Saudi Arabia that would be like, oh my fucking god, finally. Like, honestly. It'd literally be the rare time where America probably would topple government and actually be in the fucking unironic right for once. I mean, maybe still unjustified with the action, maybe at the end of the day overall, but, like, still, it'd be like, well, you know, internationally, you know, all things considered, considering, like, the human rights violation and everything, Saudi Arabia pretty much, like, knocks everything out of the park, you know, with, violating everything. So, yeah. Also, North Korea fucked them. Yeah. I mean, fuck them, too. It's the same thing, basically. Just different aesthetics. And at least, luckily, not, like, a religious fundy state. I guess, kinda? I mean, they are in a way, but not in a traditional sense. It's more of like a hyper literal, like, religious cult of personality. Like a literal cult. So, I mean, it's more that more so than a legitimate, like, established religion, I guess. So, I mean, I guess kinda. But they're nowhere near as much of a threat. Like, they ain't gonna fuck up America economically because they really can't. So, it's like, Saudi Arabia can, though. So, it's like, especially with this, like, you know, war-threatening shit that, you know, Saudi's saying, it's like, it's like, Star Spangled Banner is starting to blare up my mind. It's like, Union Dixie intensifies, but, like, Saudi edition or something. Or like, whatever. It's like, Do you think MAGA chuds will have mental breakdowns when he dies? Ooh, Biden? Or, Trump? Who? Like, who's the he? Oh, wait, hold on. How much you want to bet they have bacon every day? Oh, sorry, maybe not every day, but they have it a lot. Also, Chop Chop Square sounds like a name for a restaurant. Welcome to Chop Chop Square, where we chop our ingredients fresh and serve on square plates for you. Honestly, it does. Dude, it kind of does. And, Trump, dude, oh my god. If somebody doesn't make a compilation of side-by-side videos of, like, North Korean citizens literally forced to cry for their, like their god president or whatever the fuck, you know, when, like, Kim Jong-il, I think, when he died, you know, versus that, one, I will be sad, and two, it's just like, I guess I'm gonna have to go to work, you know, because I will fucking do it. Like, oh, here's, like, some videos of, like, you know, reaction of Kim Jong-un dying, or Kim Jong-il dying, and fucking, you know, like, North Korean citizens, and then, alright, Trump death reaction, watch, you know, some Trump people, you know, and shit, and just fucking, just boom, 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 and have, like, you know, I don't know, like, Flight of the Bumblebees, or fucking, you know, like, the Flight of the Valkyries, or some shit, I don't know, like, something, you know, just, like, some good old classical music to just, you know, just add it all, just tie it all together. But the uncaught your genes. That just means that he just shed the mortal material coil, you know, for the more god-dimensional coil, you know. He ascended. Hedgehogs fighting it? Hedgehogs? Is there another hedgehog right there? Or, there's one right there. Oh, yeah, there's two right there. The other one's like, hey, fuck you, man. Damn, that one, damn. It's fucking it up. Damn, that hedgehog's an asshole. It's trying to, like, fucking rip its neck. What a prick. Fight back, little bro. Is the guy by his nose? This is honestly like the most tame fight I've ever seen in... They're probably a cook of some conspiracy where he's hiding on the ground or something. They look like furry Roombas slamming into each other. They kind of do. It's like... I could tell, like, that right there is probably fucking the other one up a little bit, but, like, yeah, ow. Yeah, it's trying to, like, rip its ear off or something. What a fucking prick. What an asshole. Get him, bro. Come on. Get out of his grasp. You got it. Oh my god, he ain't letting go. What an asshole. Like, it's like, are you fucking, like, there's like two big old bowls over there, and what, you know, just because, you know, another one decided to roll up and, you know, have a little something, something, you're just like, fuck you, it's my place. It's like, you little asshole. Honestly, knowing the MAGA QAnoner types, dude, they would absolutely believe that he went underground and he's not actually dead. Conspiracy that the Democrats, you know, killed him and it was actually an assassination. You know, or at least an assassination attempt, and it was just like, you know, a way for him to actually go underground so he can keep plotting, planning, and scheming, and blah, 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 blah. Like, honestly, like, at that point, can we just use that as evidence, you know, to justify, you know, just having mental asylums open up and then just rounding those sons of bitches up and putting them there? Because, like, goddamn. Hedgehog bath. Are you going for a hedgehog face? Oh my god, the fucking music. Just use a toothbrush? Aww. Oh my god, look at that little fatty. They ever should begin with Christianity. Maybe. Yeah, you are going for that hedgehog. Look at that little fatty boy. Look at that little fatty. I don't know if I told you the time that I petted a possum. But I petted a possum once. I almost decided to say fuck it and pick it up, but I didn't want to be that much of an asshole. Because, you know, it's just being a possum. You know, just kind of vibing, doing its thing. Honestly, like, there's a little field, or like this big ass, well, it's more of just a huge yard that, you know, someone owns. So, you know, when it comes to that, it's just like, there's, like, always at least, like, a dozen squirrels, you know, that are all just, like, kind of vibing and chilling, eating a bunch of nuts and stuff. And honestly, every now and then, there'll just be squirrels on the fence, just literally just kind of hanging out, just like, sitting there, literally just like hanging up on the fence a little bit, and they'll just kind of stare at me when I'm walking by, just like, what you doing? Possum whisperer. I mean, for real, though. And squirrel whisperer, too. And apparently, like, somewhere in Oregon earlier today, a squirrel knocked out 2,000, or knocked out power for, like, 2,000 residents. And I'm just sitting here just like, good. They've been taught well. The only reason why I'm feeding squirrels is for world domination. And I have taught them well. But honestly, I can't help but find that a little funny that a squirrel knocked out power. And it's like, well, 2,000 people are left without power because of a fucking squirrel. Probably chewed on a power volt thinking it was a nut and just like, and then just like, transformer explodes, 2,000 people are just, nope, no power for you, bitch. It's burnt. Water electrical infrastructure. Squirrel. That'd be for real though. I mean, it's literally what happened, essentially. But it is true and based. God really made me 5'6". What the fuck? He put that 6 inches somewhere else. No, he did not. No, he didn't. Fuck you. That's nuts. Ba-dumts. Here, see what other animal shit's on the tube, huh? I'll see here. Oh, the community posted. Should the death penalty exist? Yes, no, unsure. I'd say on principle, yes, but there's always exceptions to the rule, you know what I mean? You know, so it's like on principle and general, you know, gist, you know, and abroad, yes, but every now and then there's a son of a bitch. I'm like, yeah, capital punishment, I think, can absolutely be just a fat thing for you. Every now and then there's just a son of a bitch like that, you know, so it's just like, I mean, on principle, I'll refrain, but doesn't mean I can't feel that way, though. So, I feel that all along. What's this? Poll most Dems favor socialism to capitalism. Oh, really there, Kyle? Well, honestly, I mean, it kind of sounds like, you know, there could be a potential, like, you know, rift within the party there, right? Maybe. Well, there already is, actually. I mean, honestly, I'd like to see, you know, maybe, like, some of the, like, squad / like, the more progressive side of the Dems and shit. I mean, honestly, kind of considering that, you know, it seems like, you know, there's been more of an uptick of them strangely doing things. So it's just like, I mean, and also, at least it seems like dotted throughout the country, there's actually legit pretty, I wouldn't necessarily say strong, but, well, there's at least a few that I think are pretty strong. But at least, you know, fairly decent candidates, actually. At least in comparison to their opponents, that's for fucking sure. But, like, I mean, there's at least, like, fairly decent Dem candidates, too, even. So it's like, even up-and-coming ones, actually, you know, could maybe at least, like, be more willing to stir the pot, you know, so to speak. And, I mean, honestly, I'd like to kind of see something from that, you know, maybe like, hey, you know, we're actually going to have more concise, aggressive platform, or, you know, also maybe, like, I can only maybe see happening if the Republican Party does it first, where it's like there's like an American First Party or some shit, you know, or like some of the more far-right types, like the Boberts or the Marjorie Taylors and shit, you know, kind of have like their little minority party and shit, and thus kind of makes an incentive of like, well, why don't we just have more of a progressive party, you know, so there's like more of a stronger coalition or coalescing with that, and thus we actually can at least have a coalition between Democratic / Progressive Party nonetheless, but have more of a concise, you know, like more left, you know, like seat at the table, so to speak, you know, under, you know, that type of party or something. I mean, it's kind of a far shot considering the two-party dynamic anyway, but I mean, it seems kind of like more and more open for the opportunity as there's more candidates on either side or candidates, you know, on both sides wanting to rock the boat. And considering that both of these parties don't want that, you know, there's probably going to be eventually like an ultimatum given, you know, for really both of the parties eventually, from both of their more boat rocky extreme sides. And I feel like these midterms in 2024 are really going to probably, you know, give it that. This, you know, I feel like 18 is going to kind of build up a little bit, but 2024, that's going to be very fucking interesting. I'm definitely here for it, though. I definitely want to see what happens for 2024. That shit's going to be, I mean, pretty interesting, I think, nonetheless, regardless of how it goes. Oh, God, man. Jesus Christ. Like, exactly 2 years leading up, you know, like, dude, shit would be insane, like, 2 years from, like, exactly like now. Imagine, like, 2024 of, like, today, and just, like, how the fucking political dynamics will be then. Oh, my fucking God. Oh, boy. I mean, around here, I feel like it won't be that bad, but, I mean, oh, my God. Nationally, though, holy shit, it's gonna be fucking something. I mean, we're kind of feeling that now because the midterms in Oregon are, like, fucking just... it's something. It's surely fucking something. Let's just put it that way. We've talked about it a lot off and on streams and shit, so it's not like I haven't not discussed it before. So it's like, I mean, my thoughts are on here about it, but I mean, it keeps seeming like it's like kind of neck and neck between like Drazen and Kotek, but considering that there is more of a stronger coalition around being against Drazen at this point, I mean, it just doesn't necessarily seem likely in my mind that she's gonna make it at all, but there's still like this, well, I don't know, it's more neck and neck, it's possibility, it's like, Oh my god. It's like having a, like, state Congress that's Democratic leaning as fuck, and then basically, you know, having different reform measures and different measures passed, and then having, like, a Republican governor. It's like, fuck me, dude. Oh man, it's gonna be just shit. It would be fucking shit. Not because things will be so walked, I mean, there will be things that'll be walked back, but a lot of things that people would be really fearful of, like women's rights and shit, I mean, it's gonna be a lot harder for them to fucking try to go against, but it's not like they're gonna try. You know, so that's the main thing. Because Republicans don't care about legality. And especially Drazen, she's a election denier, anti-vaxxer, fucking Trump type. She's just another one of those. So, of course, you know, she's gonna, you know, be another fucking mafioso thug. Because that's how they all are. Just another fucking criminal gangster. More white trash and shit. But yet they also want to talk about the law and order and the crime of, like, the immigrants and black people in our inner cities and blah, 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 blah. So while being fucking criminal gangsters and shit and not abiding by the law and order of the fucking land and shit because they can get away with their fucking white collar fraudulent crimes and shit. Bunch of... I fucking hate these far-right conservative shitbags, dude. Oh my god. Ugh. It just makes me, like, unironically, like, kind of squirm my loud in it a little bit, but mostly just because I'm just want to, like, just get one of their little squirmy necks to just... It's like, okay. Like, ugh. Man, it's just like these motherfuckers, man. I mean, it feels just like Bush-era Republicans and shit. Like, as much as they be annoying and fucking cretinous and scummy and fucking evil still, I mean, I feel like I want to be as just like, about it, because it's just like this extra level of extremist stupidity, like, just denial of reality, and just, like, all this extra shit to it. It's like, I mean, it's all orchestrated, you know, honestly, because it's just been more and more of a decline within their base and shit, you know, since Bush, and honestly, even before then. So it's like, I mean, it's not like, you know, a unique phenomena. It's not necessarily like, you know, I mean, the Tea Party was like the proto-beginnings of what we see today. At least when it came to the extremism, the reality-denying shit, and the more activist side of how they operate. I mean, especially with the activism, with them going out and doing their protests and rallies and all this other shit. I mean, a lot of them Trumpers and MAGA types, you know, shit, especially the OG ones, I guarantee you, were there since, like, the fucking Tea Party times. Because a lot of them, you know, were about, like, we're going to take the Republican Party from the inside out and get these rhinos out and blah, 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 blah. So, it's just, you know, it's like, it's basically just like their Tea Party 2 Electric Boogaloo, but it actually stuck because we had Trump. You know, we had, like, an idol that, you know, was kind of, like, in favor of the idea and at least looked like an outsider, so we at least had something more stronger to coalesce around besides just random dip fucks that actually betrayed their shit at the end of the day anyway. Which Trump did too, but at least he looked more like an outsider and fucking shooting from the hip or whatever the fuck, because he was a dumbass. And a fucking firebrand on Twitter or whatever the fuck, because he was very fucking hyper-aggressive and shit. And fucking blatantly offensive and did, like, threats of violence and shit on Twitter, like, you know, I'm sending fire and fury to fucking Rocket Man or whatever the fuck. Ugh. The conservatives and right-wingers are fucking psychos and insane, and I hate them, oh my god. And then they got that unironic, like, disabled fucking moron Herschel Walker who is literally breaking the law by impersonating a police officer, and none of these people who back the blue don't give an iota of a fuck. It's just like, what? Like, they're the first ones that was screaming about stolen valor. If like Herschel Walker was like, you know, a motherfucker that was pretending to be like a service member of the military and was, you know, and was caught lying about it like he is with this law enforcement shit, these motherfuckers would be the first ones to scream stolen valor and just, like, you know, be like, well, I'm just not voting then. I don't like Warnock, but I mean, vote for the stolen valor, fucking traitor. You know, dude, there ain't no way in fucking hell. But because it's like law enforcement, he has like a little honorary badge or whatever the fuck that he like flexed on stage or some shit. They don't give a fuck because they think, oh, that's legit. It's like, no, it's not. As far as I'm concerned, it's the same logic when it comes to stolen valor. So it's like, what, you want to turn your face away on that shit? You fucking hypocrite. Ugh. It's like, it's basically like the law enforcement equivalent of stolen valor, but yeah, I guess it's fine though, because back to blue, question mark, question mark, question mark. So that's just, oh my God. I hate conservatives. That's just like, fuck. It's fucking so, like, it'd just be one thing if they just had, like, you know, well, I just don't like taxes and I think limited government and blah, 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 blah. Like, if they were just, like, all, like, just that and, you know, and that was basically about it, and just, like, you know, the equivalent of, like, these moderate conservative types, like, I would not feel as, like, about it. Because honestly, it's just, like, I mean, basically, like, my dad's like that, and honestly, like, I mean, while him and I have even been heated about shit before, it's like, fuck, I mean, it ain't like, you know, some crazy-ass, like, QAnon, like, oh, no, fuck this, like, you know, reality shit, basically. I mean, at least his head's mostly in reality, I will say. It's about 80% there. I'm at least about 90% there. 90% of my head's in reality. The other 10%, I mean, that's usually just off in a daydream somewhere, usually. Or plotting a scheme to take over the world. Oh, little Zukov, look at you. You're just a sweet, handsome baby. Oh, you just look so cute and sweet. You're a sweet boy. You're just a little goofball, yes you is. Oh my goodness. Yeah, yes you is. What is on the tube? Let's see. How to survive Ben Shapiro? What? What's this? How do you survive a wild Ben Shapiro? Oh wait, why is it? Oh yeah, that's right.
Trash can is Ben Shapiro. Hello there, and welcome back to our video series on how to defend yourself from Ben Shapiro. Pretend this trash can is Ben Shapiro. If you're approached by Ben Shapiro, tell him that Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has a crush on him. This will cause him to blush so hard that all the blood rushes to his cheeks and he passes out. Get on the nearest roller coaster. Ben Shapiro's too short to go on the roller coaster. Ask him whether he thinks Muslims should have abortions. His fervent hatred of Muslims will clash with his fervent hatred of abortion rights, and his head will explode.
Okay, oh my god, this is fucking great.
Get your hands on an anti-Semite's boot. They're not hard to find in conservative circles. Ben Shapiro will lick the boot so hard that he doesn't have time to talk. It's Ben Shapiro's sister's brother. I don't have a good reason for this one, I just think it's funny. Hello there, and welcome.
I found another weird old VHS tape at the library.
Oh my god, dude, that was beautiful. Magnifique.
Like he just does these sorts of things. Steven Crowder.
Hello there, and welcome to our video series on what to do if you're approached by Steven Crowder.
Yeah?
If you're approached by Steven Crowder, imply that he's feminine. He's desperately insecure about his masculinity.
Yep. Oh my god, yes.
Will send him into a spiral. Say an actually funny joke. This will confuse Steven Crowder because he thinks that comedy is just racist caricatures and bullying.
Oh my god, this is fucking good.
Okay, that's not bad.
Deploy Sam Cedar. Steven Crowder is terrified of Sam Cedar. If no Sam Cedar is available, just pick any informed individual. Steven Crowder is only equipped to debate unprepared college students. Go off script. Steven Crowder is a two-faced actor, and nothing about him is genuine. Most importantly, just say no. Steven Crowder is surrounded by sycophantic yes men who enable him. And he just needs to be told that he's not that interesting.
This is really great.
Dude, these are fucking gold. Too bad they're only on TikTok, though. I could tell it's a TikTok
I love
thing.
that he's also touching, yeah. This is what happens when you tell chatters to touch grass.
God damn it, man. Like, why are there content creators on TikTok that actually make me, like, debate on wanting a TikTok just so I can follow these type of people? Like people like this are literally the only reason why I get tempted to maybe have a TikTok is just so I can follow these fucking people. That's literally it. Just so I can see these fun little memes. Like, these little skits. I mean, because, like, honestly, there are legit, like, actually, like, some pretty talented people that, you know... Yeah, you know, are, you know, that show off a lot of really cool skill and shit like this, you know, when it comes to, you know, using the TikTok platform and shit or whatever. The TikTok! But, like, I don't know. I mean, I just, like, I guess just like, you know, but with Ben Shapiro's, you know, hatred for, you know, Islam and abortion rights, it's like my hatred for, TikTok, you know, but yet my strange yearning to, you know, check out these, you know, like these content creators, you know, they clash. It's like, fuck.
Touch so much grass. Jordan.
Hi viewers, and welcome to our video series on what to do if you're approached by a Jordan Peterson fan.
A Jordan Peterson
Peterson fan approaches you, stay very still. They will hopefully just collapse on their own from only eating meat and benzos. Remember, debate. Just say no. Make eye contact with the Jordan Peterson fan. Jordan Peterson fans are very uncomfortable with real-life human interaction. Make yourself seem large and make loud noises to assert dominance. Jordan Peterson fans really buy into that type of shit. Step 1. Pretend to be a woman. Step 2, if you are a woman, you can skip step 1. This will scare off the Jordan Peterson fans because they are afraid of women and they've never seen one in real life. Hi viewers.
This is very good.
Oh my god, dude, these are fucking gold.
Good job.
Oh my god, these are gold. I love these.
And it's also true. Only facts stated.
I'm having a little good laugh to them. I actually do want to check more of these out. Which applies that I would need a TikTok, which I don't want, but it's like, I just have to hope that I find them in his YouTube shorts somewhere, because he has a YouTube channel or someone re-upload them. That's all I have to hope for, I guess.
You're gonna look at the Microsoft Bethesda game showcase. I think there's a few in there you could be excited about having fun with this anyway. If not,
Guess that's all I want to check that out. Just those little three. I was hoping maybe there'd be another one, I guess, but nah. But hey, I love it. I want people making more content like that because it's good. I love to see the Crowders deploy the Sam Cedar one too. That one was just fucking great. It's like if you have a Sam Cedar in your roster, deploy the Sam Cedar. If you do not have a Sam Cedar in your roster, then you know, just find an informed individual. Oh, I love it. My goodness. We just need some more individuals like that because it's just beautiful. It's beautiful shit, I tell you what. Anyway, I think I go on Reddit, see what's on Reddit. What's on Reddit? Reddit, what you got in store for me? What you got? Reddit. Someone's going door to door to inform voters about Renee. Oh, Renee Gonzalez. That fucking weirdo Republican dipshit. Dear neighbor, I want to reach out about our city election and provide some information about a candidate. You may not have heard much about Renee Gonzalez. Has not been actively scrutinized by the local press and some choices may alarm you. Here, let's check this out. Renee has anointed himself as the law and order candidate, yet has already flagrantly broken the campaign finance laws Portland voted 87% favor of in 2018, incurring a $71,000 fine by taking a 96% discount on its downtown commercial rent from billionaire Jordan Schnitzer. Schnitzes. And failing to report this to election officials. After being caught, Renee's campaign tried to argue that this was market rate rent and blamed his choices on others. Of course, you got to scapegoat somebody else or something else, because that's what Republicans and conservatives love to do. Renee still refused to take accountability for this violation. Renee's sole political experience is co-founding statewide lobbying from ED300, found to reopen schools during the height of COVID-19 pandemic last year. ED300 endorsed more than 24 school board candidates across the state. More than half of his choices were also backed by right-wing evangelical-aligned groups. Renee's slate candidates include Sarah Dougal. Oh, I actually have heard about her. Maggie Candu, whose tagline was "All Students Matter." Yeah, she's a fucking psycho bitch. Greg Hinton. Hinton has no children in the Bend school system. Wrote anti-Muslim posts on Twitter. Said constitutional protections are limited to U.S. citizens. Well, fuck that guy. Piece of shit. Maria Lopez Dawnhauer. What? Like, what? Okay. Advocating for kids still carry firearms in schools. Well, that's a what? Believes schools are teaching reverse racism. What? Mike Slagle. Wow, what an embarrassing last name. Called accommodations for transgender children child abuse and received thousands of dollars from Oregon Right to Life anti-vax. Renee, well, yeah. Wow, what an upstanding moral citizen. That's how I feel. Renee's choices are particularly alarming because the state of Oregon already has announced plans to fully reopen schools. He has still choose to back his candidates. Although Renee publicly identifies as a moderate Democrat, he still chose to staff his campaign with Republican campaign manager Shaw Smith. He chose to use fundraising firm Summit Finance Northwest. Exclusive works with Republicans and a law firm, Gober Group out of Texas, that represents more Republican U.S. senators than any other attorney or firm in the U.S. Oh, God. You. Renee is deeply tied into the same right-wing machine that's endangering democracy and putting vulnerable people in danger. These are the people who will answer to and take guidance from if elected. However, if you decide to vote, please take time to consider this information and share it to your neighbors. All this information is verifiable. For a quick Google search, you deserve no free cast vote. Sincerely, neighbor, I'm assuming. Sincerely, neighbor. Here, let's read just some of the people have to say about it, I guess. Let's see what people thought. Sadly, I think this contest is more about voters' dissatisfaction with the current state of Portland, more than about Renee's ideal candidate for position. Essentially, people are voting against the current state of things more so than people are voting for Renee. It's hard to see, honestly. Oh, he is? Oh, no, God. No wonder he's honestly been such a, noted figure. Oh, fuck, that's not good. Ugh. 16% of folks that live in East Side plan to vote for clear East Side folks are not happy with her. He said people are fed up with the camp's friends. But, oh my God, of course, all this bitch about homeless. She literally has no fucking, jurisdiction over any shit. Like, what does this have to do with her? Ugh, fucking, okay, well, I hate fucking neolibs on this subreddit sometimes. Jesus fucking Christ. People will stick that stuff. It's like, fucking idiots. Swear to God. Flying over Northwest Oregon today, wrapped in a blanket of wildfire smoke. Ugh. Gross. I guess it's a whole video, but it's more or less just a picture that's needed. Ew. I've been dealing with this for days, and it sucks. Honestly, the headaches and just, feeling blech Yeah, so like, and honestly, I think also my, like, you know, temper also probably has to do with it a little bit. Just being like, nah. That probably has something to do. I don't know. Just a little bit. It's happening. Such a beautiful sight. Wait, what is this? Oh, rain forecast. Yay! Apparently tomorrow is actually gonna finally rain. Thank fuck. Cause jeez. Low-key getting a little sick of all the fucking dryness. Ugh. Here's a good view of it from more on the ground in Southwest Portland. This is literally how hazy it's been and shit. Honestly, this picture doesn't even totally do it justice either. Like, it's on, like, I mean, at least around where I'm at, it's worse than this. It's just fucking ugh. Like, honestly, my lungs don't normally feel, like, sore. But right now, for like a couple days now, they do. And they don't up until there's like a bunch of this fucking smoke and shit. And it's just, ugh, it's shitty. I mean, it's already bad enough I smoke weed, shit. I don't need I don't need to have my shit get sore quicker, and because, like, ugh. Man, this is basically going to be like the biggest problem, you know, in the next couple, like, years and shit, for a while, honestly, moving forward when it comes to, like, weather and, you know, and environmentally with air quality. A lot of it's basically is just going to be like, well, a lot of wildfires off in the distance are basically making it toxic, you know, to breathe outside. That's great. Oh, hey, summers are hot and dry as shit. That's nice. It's like, oh, nice, great. Luckily, my area isn't going to be, you know, at risk for wildfires, luckily, but pretty much literally everything that's, like, within a 50-mile radius south of me is. And also, like, fucking MacGyver Park was fucking, got hit with a little bit of a wildfire and shit, and, like, fuck, I got memories there, and that shit fucking, like, that still stings, dude. It's gonna be a while. It's probably not gonna be till next year when we're gonna be able to go back, and even then, it's... that shit just fucking pissed me off, because I know it's because of some dumb fuck that probably did it. Portland City Council candidate Renee Gonzalez pledges tough love and bet voters are moving to the center. Oh my fucking god. Portland is that person nude up there? I mean, there is a new person walking down Merced right now as we speak. Not saying whether this is very wrong, but Merced has wandering nudes for decades. Merced in 2019 was like after your second tequila shot and you're tone off colorless drugs. Merced 2022 is like you've just polished off a 50 Jaeger and you're staggering in the bathroom to puke in the urinal. Oof. Merced 22 is like you're smoking meth. I mean, not the, yeah, it's, I feel like the other guy was more accurate. I vaguely remember arguing with a homeless man in the late 90s at 2 a.m. under the bridge about our music and skateboards being too loud. There was a large group of homeless people right by the skate area at the time. Oh, I know where I know where this is. I know where he's talking about. There's actually a little Burnside Bash that happens there. Usually in October. Me and my friends are going to try to go to that. We agreed to turn the music off and keep skating. I feel like now, well, I would not go near that area. I don't know, though. I did hear Portland likes to keep touristy areas free from shantytown vibes, so maybe it's cleaner. I don't know. Like, the little Burnside Bash area, like, I know the specific area he's talking about. Like, it's not exactly cleaned up, but, I mean, it's not that fucking, like, you know, impacted by homeless people. It's more like the surrounding blocks near it. because of mainly that little skate park, and also there's a warehouse there too as well that my friend used to work at that's near it. On top of, I think, a couple other things. So there's more of an incentive to have, you know, police maybe be near there. So they're not going to be there specifically, just around it. I mean, you might wander into it, you might wander in that area, but they're not, you know, living there, and they're not going to have a total full-on tent set up. Well, maybe, I mean, might be one or two. But they won't be there for long, unfortunately. Or I guess fortunately, depending on your perspective on that. I'd say unfortunately, just because, I mean, as long as they're not causing problems, leave them the fuck alone. That's how I feel with homeless people. Sue Cafe! Get back here. Get over here. Hey, come here. Because, I mean, it's long, you know, that's pretty much like, you know, like I said about my, like, basic principle of homeless people. As long as they're not, like, bothering anybody, then I'm not going to bother them. Or at least not bothering me, especially. Here, not much else on that specific thing now. Oregon looks to hit off an earthquake-triggered field spill disaster. What? On average, Oregon experiences a megathrust earthquake or megaquake every 243 years. The last one was 322 years ago. A megaquake could be between magnitude 7 and magnitude 9 or higher. Magnitude 7 would have 100 times more energy than a magnitude 5. Magnitude 9 would be... okay. The strongest earthquake Oregon has experienced since statehood was 5.6 in 93. Okay. Science has been working on this problem with the Northwest Portland tanks for years now, and they're doing tests with soil to prevent liquefaction when a big one hits. Oh, so they're at, you know, so they're looking to make sure that these things don't happen. Okay. Because there's a likelihood, and, you know, because it's, you know, we're kind of expecting, I guess, like a mega earthquake. Oh my god. Is there like anything else I need to worry about while I'm at it, while I live here? Like, fucking goddamn it, dude. Wildfires, air quality, earthquakes, like, what the fuck? Like, what else, dude? Like, what the fuck? Like, what? Flooding? Is that next? Oh, sweet Jesus. I don't know. I guarantee you there's gonna be something about that next. Oh, what the fuck, bro? What else do I have to worry about in the next, like, decade or some shit? Like, fuck me, bro. What the hell? Well, I'm going to sleep nice tonight. That's nice. Portland has the worst air in the world right now. Oh my god! Well, yay! Oh my god! Seattle and Portland are Jesus! Dude, we're worse than fucking China. Bruh. Wait, how's it? Milano, Italy? What? How's that? Where's... I do have, funny enough, a map where I can look at where Milano is. Where is that town? Where... Oh, I see it. It's near the Alps and shit, actually. Okay, if that's where... Is it like a major factory town? That'd be my only guess as to why that is. It's like a major factory town, because nothing really, to me, strikes it as like something that could... I don't know. Vancouver, BC. Man, they're not. Man, they're like north of Seattle, and they're not even getting fucked with this shit. Man, fuck you, Canada. You and your fucking like geo-weather engineering, air filters and shit, fucking making it better. Air quality over there for you fucking Vancouverans over there in BC. Fuck you assholes. Goddamn Canadians. Bruh, oh my god. Man. Lay off the bong rips, y'all. Oh my god. I love... It's so hazy. Look at this shit, dude. And lay off the bong. It's like, fuck you. I didn't do this, asshole. Let's see the comments to that, actually. No. Someone's just like, no. True. I want to give you a reward, actually. Do I have one? No, I don't. Boo. I want to give you a reward. I'm not going to buy one. Seconded. True. Did it get worse tonight? I was just outside 10 minutes ago. It smelled like I was right on campfire, not drunk smoking this, but I remember are going on. What was that? This seemed worse as I was driving around this couple hours. You can see smoke pretty thick. People say, yeah. Installed the report in Bonlips you. Thanks, Obama. What are the flying thingies? They look like bugs. What? Is there flying thingies? Those would be called birds. No, I did, to be honest. Just took Sunday. I was leaving a Sun hotel, huh? Well, dude, yeah, they're right. Yeah, those towers are having a little bit of a lean. Yeah, what the hell? Yeah, they do. That's weird. Do they actually lean? Am I just realizing that? Do they have a little lean on them? Is it like, you know, a structural thing? Or is it just like an optical illusion thing just because of the fucking picture? It might be just an optical illusion. Oh, I saw this shitpost earlier. This is fucking great. Mainstream media, mainstream journalists won't show you this. Yam Hill Pub. Dude, this bar is fucking great. Dude, I love this place. But mainstream media and the journalists don't want you to see this. It's like, hey, Laura Ingraham, we would love mainstream journalists to show this. The reason why they don't is because I don't think mainstream journalists give a fuck about a pub. Just some random pub in Portland. Obviously, it was meant to be like a compilation of just like, oh my god, look at Biden's America, and they just like randomly show a pub, I guess, you know, as one of them. And it's just like, look at Biden's America. Mr. Max, time to kill the pine at the Yam Hill while you wait for the next one. True. Or miss the next one. Yam Hill's never failed to provide me with entertainment. That is also true. Because last time I was there, they were playing Species 2 on the as like a little movie night. That was pretty fun. The Yam Hill Pillip is like a mafia. You try to leave and never go back, but it keeps pulling you back in. The Yam Hill pubs stink a lot less when it just smelled like cigarettes. It's because the stink of cigarettes overpowers your stink of Yam Hill pub. Now you can't smoke in there. Your powerful stink is just getting slime light. It does have a... It has, I wouldn't necessarily say it's like a stank, but it's got a character of an aroma, I guess you can say. I had a drink of Jonathan Frakes at the Emmy. You like to hang out with us gutter punks. Based. Yeah, it's a very gutter punk type of place. That's why I like it. I like going there. I need to go there again. It's been a while. I don't know if it's real or not. If it is, most righteous thing I've ever heard. Sir on my railroad, grease Carhartts and a hoodie. I mean, if he's going that far, I believe it. I don't give a fuck. I believe it. Yeah, I'm on. That's another response, and I'm on this. It's been verified by multiple redditors. I'm believing it too. I worked at a PA on Leverage for a bit. He was easily one of the nicest celebs I ever met. / totally buy that he do this. Oh, so yeah. I mean, close to midnight. It's pretty empty. He would go there after filming. Most of us didn't even notice. He would grab whiskey, and he was number one. He was so kind of cool. Blew my mind. I had a few whiskeys first time I noticed, and took every fiber of being not to geek out. Man. Like, I don't know, like, I mean, I don't think he obviously, lives in Portland or anything, but shit. Obviously, he, when he was doing filming here, I guess, at one point, he would go there regularly. Dude, fucking A, man. Jonathan Frakes is just awesome. Say what you want about him, but that dude's awesome. I love him. I love the way you would, like, sit in any chair. You would literally, like, saddle every chair. You would just, like, manhandle that chair and just saddle it up. This is, like, I just love that. Actually, there was a legit reason for it, because from my understanding, he had a bad back. And sitting down naturally kind of hurt his back a little bit and kind of inflamed it, so... what would be easier for him to do was, to basically saddle it. So that's why he actually did that. But it honestly added to the character of Riker, so, even though it did, actually help him, at least when it came to his bad back and shit at the time, it honestly became, like, just, like a stand-in, for his character and shit. Like, there's straight up a whole compilation of him saddling the fucking chair. Like, or any chair, really. Because it's been noticed by multiple people and shit, and at this point it's kind of like a little bit of, like, fun little, like, trivia knowledge. Friends and I are throwing our first ever gig for Halloween at Dante's. Oh, I've been there before. Sexy crows, drag, electrocution, sacrifices at a periodic clown, and a lot of fun music. $15, 21 plus. Cool. Friday, October 28th. Ooh. Would I be able to actually make that? Wait, is this Dante's in Portland, or is this, Yeah, it is, okay. It said in Eugene on there as, like, for some reason, but I guess it's something else. Who else going? Available at 20 at the door. Whatever. Oh, they have like a little a tattoo artist gonna be there? Ink bus tattoo, vendors, photo booth. Cool. I honestly might see if I can make that. I might, check that out. Looks like some performances, robots of the ancient world. Sounds dope. Karen caskets. Alright, I'm a little curious about that. And tit sweat. That sounds like a crunch punk band as fuck. That sounds like, some crust punk and some gutter punk shit right there, if I ever heard some. Plus performance and costume contest by Risk of Change. I just might check this out. I might see if I can go to that. What else is it's not a little part of the celebrating it. Free candy near Gabriel Park. And this is the candy. Dude, awesome. This is good. Dude, whoever was doing some artistic shit right here is great. This is awesome. Dude, I love some of the creativeness that some of the people around here do. Cat's world's shattered. Rathing, good night, mama. Oh, whoa. My buddy dressed up as a cat for Halloween. Look at the cat's face. Oh, God. That cat looks traumatized. It's like, yo. I mean, honestly, it's like you should have went to a fursuit maker, bro. It should have went, like, made for you or something like that. And fucking, like, you know, gotten a real proper fucking cat costume made. That poor cat, bro. That poor cat is just like, what the fuck? Freaking out, man. The cat looks like it's on acid. Like, unironically on some, like, hardcore acid tabs. Tina Kotek, Kristen Drassen, neck and neck in a race for governor. New poll finds support for Betsy Johnson waning. Oh my god. Anyone else received their voter's guide but not the ballot? You should get the voter's guide first. I mean, yeah, but I also get the ballot days after, and I haven't gotten it yet. My voter's guide a few days ago, and you got text to the ballots mail. You should be okay. I'm just imagining just send it separately. Well, some people got their ballots. Imagine if someone walked in wearing a giant costume of you and they just picked you up. Dude, I would honestly kind of freak out a little bit, yeah. I'm not sure if it's just statistical noise or momentum, but this first poll in a long time showing Kotek lean. Kotek 40%, Drazen 38%, Johnson 14%. At least there seems like, you know, some reassurance that Kotek would win as, you know, the Democrat governor. Many moderate Dems I know aren't happy with Kotek as a candidate, but, oh, sorry, allergic to liberals. But as the time to vote approaches, they realize there's no way they can vote for Drazen. So, there's that. I'm hearing that from friends of mine who were thinking about voting for Betsy. Ew. It's too much of a risk, although I guess when Drazen does something we don't like, we always can recall her, but hoping we don't have to do that. Yeah, but why put yourself in that position, you fucking idiot? Oh my god, see? Allergic to libs. I would even obtain a vote for Betsy as much riding on election as there is. Whatnot, I suppose because we're speaking. But, yeah, okay. Just a lot back and forth about that shit now. I'm just shitposting IRL. Dude, I love this fucking sign, dude. This poll has been memed into oblivion. This is like just a local meme now. This is a crosswalk. This is a sign. This is a poll. No. This is Patrick. This is Patrick, bitch. Dude, this poll has been memed to oblivion. I love it. It's beautiful. This poll is just like the meme poll of Portland. I love it. Oh, where is that, honestly? I don't even know where it is, specifically. I just know it is around here. And it's amazing. It's not my favorite poll. Wait, what? Development from even yesterday, as I said in the threads. I heard if I sucks across the street as pedestrian for years. We want to try crossing the street 100 times with a camera roll and see how many times the first car stops. This would be less than 10%. Okay. So what intersection is this? Greeley and Jessup. A wretched hive of scum and villainy. Greeley and Jessup sound like great names for a villain duo. Oh boy. Greeley and Jessup. Well, I do want to make a pilgrimage just so I can see this fucking pole now. Oh, that was put there from literally not even 24 hours after this. So this was from now 2 days ago. But that other one, this one's from a day ago. This is literally, it's like someone literally put this, someone within 24 hours put that up. Oh my god. I love it. That is fucking awesome. Dude, this is why I love Portland sometimes. As much as we got a problem, I mean, you know, that. I mean, you know, things like that exist, and it adds the charm. It adds to all the charm of it. The beauty of it all. There should be just like, no, this is a Wendy's after that or something. There just needs to be like one more just added to it, just to keep it going. I mean, because honestly, I don't know what else you can add besides like this is a Wendy's or something like that. Like, I mean, I don't know what else you can add to top to know this is Patrick, because there really isn't much else. But I want to find out where that, like, you know, intersection is now and take a pilgrimage and see for myself. I feel like every Portlandian now who really is worth their salt, you know, needs to go see that, for, you know, with their own eyes. You know, and they can't just, like, look at a picture of it. They actually have to, like, you know, go to it. Even if they, I guess, have an official crosswalk there, I hope they just keep that all up. I hope no one ever takes any of that down. If so, I will be extremely upset. I'm sure there will be an update on the Portland subreddit, though, because this poll is now just, like, the gem of the Portland subreddit now as a little shitpost, because it keeps getting updated. It's like a little me. Oh my god, 1.5k likes? Holy shit. See what I mean? I don't think there's, like, any post on, you know, the Portland subreddit that has that many likes. Usually, like, a couple hundred. Or less. So yeah, you know, it's just everyone's favorite little meme. It's just that poll now, and I know whoever put that up there, it's just like, yep, that's mine. Like, they're all on the subreddit and just like, yep, my work has been published, because they knew it would. If I remember, I think how this started is that Portland literally put this sign up with, like, you know, or it's like, you know, with the law or whatever the fuck, stating that, yes, this isn't crosswalk. And someone posted that, like, I think probably like a month or so ago. And then, not too long after that, someone put this up here. This is the sign. And I guess since then, someone put a sticker there too. And then, after that, 2 days ago, someone put this up there. And then, not even 24 hours after that, that's there now. So, it's just like, this poll is just like, you know, being added onto. And I guarantee you there's probably something new. It's probably going to be something else on the other side, because it looks like the other side hasn't even been hit yet. I hope to see more. I hope to see more built it up on that poll. That's an awesome poll. Anyway, I think I'll cash the last little bit of this bowl out. Get me some food and all that fun stuff. Feeling a little weary for some food. Anyway, call it good for the rest of the night. So peace out, and of course I shall be